straight talk. The Film Cynics with Steve and Brian on C-FAX 1070.
Greetings and welcome to the Film Cynics on C-FAX 1070. Steve Johnson sitting in next to Brian Dukewich. Brian, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
You had a good week?
I had a very busy week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I was shooting some videos, preparing for my trip tomorrow. A lot of stuff going on.
You going to L.A.?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm very excited for you.
So am I.
Do we get to talk about why, or
No.
it's a secret?
It's a secret.
Okay, cool. But I am very happy for you, and I've got my fingers crossed for you.
All right, thanks.
Okay, we got a very special show for you today. We got no reviews, believe it or not, because we got so much to talk about.
We're the best DVD review show ever.
Well, hey, this is a special occasion. We got Oscars to talk about.
Right.
We got a top 5 of the directors who've lost their touch. We may or may not get to even.
Right.
And we've got special guests. We've got Kathy Kay and Donovan Aikman from the Victoria Film Festival. They are here to talk to us all about the fest, as well as to help us get to know them a little bit better.
Cool.
Kathy?
Yes.
Donovan?
Hello.
Welcome. Now, as I'd like to do, and I'm trying to get more in the habit of how to welcome guests in, and just so people can get a little bit of a feel for who we're talking to, I got some questions I'd like to lay out for you. And Brian and I might chip in our own opinions as well, just because we like the sounds of our voices.
That's why we do this.
But yeah, so let me just let me lay it out first. If you could live in any film, any movie at all, which one would it be?
When you asked me that, to prep me, I thought, oh, maybe Shakespeare in Love.
Ah,
But
really?
No indoor plumbing.
Yes, no indoor plumbing. So now I'm like, oh, I don't know. Maybe Wilbur Wants to Kill Himself.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Donovan suggested the Coco Chanel, Igor Stravinsky movie we screened last year because that was stunning. And I'm mad for Mads.
Wow.
But I'm like, Mads is in Wilbur Wants to Kill Himself, so maybe I could live there.
A little Mads Mikkelsen, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
very
a
nice.
lot of Mads Mikkelsen if I had my way.
Isn't he in Valhalla Rising?
Yes.
For a little bit of that,
he
perhaps?
is it's all about Mads in that movie and half naked.
Yes.
No, I shouldn't say things like that.
No, this is the perfect forum for it, I actually have to say. Donovan, how about you? If you could crawl into any film and make it your home, what would it be?
I have attention deficit disorder when it comes to movies. I always get bored with one movie and want to move on to the next one. It's, if I could live in a movie every day of the week, I could give you a schedule. But I can say I actually did try and crawl into one movie and actually live in it. Richard Linklater's breakthrough movie Slacker, which goes all around Austin, Texas. And just this last year, actually, my wife and I went to Texas, and we walked and drove the whole route of the movie in one day. So
That's really awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, Linklater does some very experimental stuff. He also does some very conventional stuff, too. I guess he does those to pay the bills in between.
That's really cool. I would like to live in Back to the Future.
Well, which would you be? Would you be Doc or Marty?
I would be George.
Ah, very nice.
I'd like to live in the 50s.
I told you never come in here again, McFly. I crapped out. I said The Matrix, which basically means I could live in any movie, I suppose.
Oh, easy out.
Yes, I know. Okay, how about this? Now, we're going to be we're hopefully going to find the time. We always run out of time. We're going to be talking about directors who have lost, and I do my air quotes so everybody knows, it. And what is it? Well, their touch, their ability to be able to tell a great story. Now, I know you guys do a lot of festival stuff, and you have to deal with a lot of different filmmakers and producers, and it's important to get along with everybody. But I thought this would be a good forum for you to be able to maybe talk about a director you thought had it and lost it, and maybe may get it back, may not get it back.
We always hope they get it back, I think. For me, that would be Brian De Palma. I think his early works are really interesting, and and then he seemed to go the way of Mission Impossible. And that Mars movie with Val Kilmer, I can't remember what it was called. And it's just like, this is too bad, because he was a really interesting director at one point.
Yeah, he's actually on our list. And I had only said that I never thought he had his touch, period, until I just saw Carrie. And I was very, very surprised at how well put together it was. How well put together it was. But yeah, Mission to Mars, terrible. I've always felt that Scarface is highly overrated as far as the directing side of things. The performances are great, but I don't think that's down to him at all.
I think so. You've got Al Pacino, trying to keep Al Pacino under control. I think that's all about the director.
Yeah, good point.
Very well.
That was actually my
And
go-to.
Dress to Kill was a great film, I thought. So I think he had amazing, and hopefully he will again.
Donovan, how about you?
If I have to pick on one, I might actually say Michael Moore. I know that'll make me unpopular with a lot of people, but only because when I was at the Toronto Film Festival this year, I heard somebody overheard somebody saying that there's no such thing as a documentary superstar. And I thought, of course, Michael Moore, but everybody knows him, but he's kind of making the same movie over and over again.
Right.
New topics, same take, same format, and it's feeling a little bit more like serial television in a way. There's some great documentary filmmakers out there. I think some of the best are the people that take on a wide variety of topics, and those are the people that are really interesting. When you pigeonhole yourself a little too much, yeah, I don't think Morgan Spurlock never got to the level of superstar, although everybody seems to know who he is. And I guess Davis Guggenheim, he's probably the big deal, I suppose. Every documentary I know that he's done has been great.
That's a good point, though. I'm a big fan of Michael Moore's work, and I will watch all his films, but I agree with you that he's kind of like going over the same path over and over again. So, yeah, I can see that.
I don't think he's got anything slated in development right now, so I think he's going to take a little time off and maybe regroup.
Hopefully.
Now, and this is the last one, do you have a movie ritual? I imagine you could go to the movies quite a bit, whether it's at home or in the theater. Do you have something that you do? You have a place you like to sit, something you like to eat, people you like to bring?
No.
Prayer you like to say before things roll?
No. I've been thinking about this, and I really don't.
Freestyle.
I go by myself. I go with the husband. I go with friends. It's, and I don't care where I sit necessarily.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man. We could never go to a movie together then.
Yeah.
Yes, but we could, because you would go, I want to sit here, and I'll go, okay, fine, whatever.
It's okay. I guess maybe that's true.
Do you find yourself going solo ever?
Oh, absolutely, lots. Yeah.
And do you think do you think it's fair that there's a stigma attached to that? I mean, I go solo often.
Is there a stigma attached? Damn, no, I'm going to be embarrassed.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I
love going by myself.
I remove other people from the equation as far as, I want to see this. Well, I don't care. I'm going off to see the movie I want to see. And it also, frees me up to not have to wonder about which seats are free, Oh, are there 2 seats there? No, there's just one. Well, great. I'm just me. I can just sit on in there. Donovan, do you have something that you like to do, bring, say, do?
Well, it's a little different. If I'm in the theater, because I know enough about the technology now, I'm always trying to figure out where the sweet spot is in the theater for the sound and the picture. And if I can get it, that's great. That makes me really happy. I don't know if I call that a ritual, but I do actually have once a week ritual. My wife and I on Friday nights after the work week is done, we make a big, nicely prepared dinner and watch some movie, making an event out of it. When you watch so many movies in a year, as both Kathy and I do, you tend to ram them all together and forget that you really did love watching all these movies at one point. So we'll watch pretty much anything, even if it's an especially stupid movie. At least enjoy the time together and remember that movies are a very special thing.
Do you draw straws for who gets to pick, or how does that actually happen?
It depends about who's more up to it, but we have such a huge back library of DVDs we haven't gone through. It's almost sometimes like, well, what's on top of the pile? Okay, there we go.
Very well. Nice. Like Brian, you have something you like to do?
I like to get there about half an hour before the movie starts.
Yeah.
I'm a little obsessive about that.
Yeah, it's how you get the best seats.
Well, yeah, and you get the best seats, and you just get to be prepared. You're not rushed. I get mad at people that show up when the movie's starting or when the trailers are playing. I'm like,
I don't want to see all the commercials before.
You're like, why are you showing up now? I've been here for half of an hour. I've given up my time. Why can't you show up now? And I don't know why it bothers me so much. They can do what they want, but for some reason it gets under my skin.
Obviously not.
Yeah, I mean, as far as sweet spots, now I think that I know what I'm talking about, having dealt with a few different projectionists in my time. They seem to think that 2/3 of the way back in the middle is where it's at least that's for how they calibrate with the projector. I don't know about with the sound these days.
I think it's about the same.
I don't know. Like I've seen on, what is that, Big Bang Theory, Sheldon roams around the theater going, to get his acoustics right. I don't know if there's that much science that goes into all of the theaters that I've been to.
No.
I
just don't want to sit in the front. That's my one thing.
All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Victoria Film Festival. Stay with us.